Dan Masson, and welcome to DeerHunterFan.com TV. This week's show, we're going to be following myself in the task of trying to get Super 8 on the ground. I had a very eventful bow season. A lot of stuff happened, a lot of opportunities at good bucks, and really had trouble getting it to all come together. So, as I said, this show we're going to jump in and focus on Super 8. And on that note, I had a few trail cams out between the Clearville Seed Company food plots and by the hedgerow stand where I, every year, once the scrape starts there, I start hammering it with antler ice to try to get increased movement of my target bucks going to that scrape and staying in that area. And this year was no different with Super 8. Once the rut started and that activity picked up, the hedgerow stand became a super hot spot for every deer on the farm, it seemed like. Not every deer on the farm during daylight, but every deer on the farm at some point, almost during each day, it seemed like I was getting a picture of them at the hedgerow stand. Yeah, it's like 3 inches high.
You're next to that little dot, right?
The top one.
Yeah.
So it's pretty high. It looks like 3 inches high. 4 inches maybe. All right, go on again. Right there again.
Touching it.
Okay, all set. Back in the roadway stand. It's Tuesday afternoon. Haven't been hunting for a few days. Haven't been feeling too good. But the last time I was hunting, I was in this stand. Got a shot of Super 8. Super 8. And I shot high, like really high. I don't understand what happened. I don't understand. I don't say this often, but I can't wait till gun season. I need to go back down to the house after this hunt, turn on the light, and shoot this bow. Just to see, just to make sure that I'm not really shooting 8-10 inches high. And that something that happened with that buck there was me. Really tough pill to swallow today is I get a shot at the biggest buck I'm aware of on the farm at 25 yards. And go over top of him. It's all red roof. It actually had red roof at 10 yards and couldn't get a shot at him, so needless to say, that was a great night. Mike even got a shot at a buck. Unfortunately, his camera died, and unfortunately, he missed too. We'll see what happens here. It snowed quite a bit this morning, right before dawn. So any tracks coming across this field happen during daylight, and there's three sets right here that crossed, I can tell, not too long ago. One's a big buck track. But we'll see what happens. Hoping with the snow on, and it's not too windy tonight, it's just a little overcast, kind of calm. I'm hoping the deer coming out here to feed, dig around in this clover. So we're going to sit here till dark and see what happens this last week in New York bow season before rifle opens this Saturday. It's been a very eventful bow season. I wish I could say it hasn't been disappointing. Being smart. I had my mom drive me up in the gator and drop me off at my tree stand, which I guess I was being smart. So instead of me spooking deer walking in, we spooked them out here with the gator. It was Red Roof, Motel 6, in a group of 4 doe, 20 yards from the stand. Getting ready to go on the last bow hunt of the season. Just put up a ground blind for opening weekend of gun here. So it's snowing out, it's really cold. We'll see what happens. Alright, so I had Dad drop me off. And he's gonna pick me up too, so that if there's deer out here in these fields at the end of the night, which there's probably gonna be, we're choosing to scare them away with the gator rather than me getting down out of the tree stand and scare them away. So we'll see what happens. So, approaching the last set of the night for bow season, I wanted to hunt the hedgerow stand. But I knew that at sundown, once it was dark, that stand was going to be surrounded by deer, and I would be, even if I had my dad come up with the gator and pick me up there, we'd be blowing deer out of that field, the field that I wanted to hunt opening morning for gun the next morning. So I chose to stay across the field in the roadway stand, a little further off of where most of the deer action was going on, so that when he came up on the gator to pick me up, we were a couple hundred yards away. If we did bump the deer, it wouldn't be that bad. Now, little did I know when I made that decision that with about a half hour, 45 minutes left of light, Super 8 would be standing 40 yards in front of the hedgerow stand. I'd be across the field just having to sit there and film it.
That's it. Legal shooting just ended. It's very dark out because it's very overcast, but Super 8 made an appearance. Let's just hope tomorrow morning he does the same thing and we'll have about an 80 or 120 yard shot at him. So, good night. See you in the morning.
So the good out of it was we didn't bump Super 8 off that field. I'd set that ground blind up. I'd made the decision that's what I was going to hunt because I wanted to be able to shoot that field that the roadway stand was on. From the hedgerow stand, I can't see that field. Most of the deer that are going to the hedgerow stand at some point, they were crossing in front of that other field, so that's why I had the ground blind there instead of sitting in the hedgerow stand. If I had chose to sit in the hedgerow stand, Saturday morning when I went up there on opening day to go hunting, I would have bumped Super 8 off that hillside before it was even light.
We got about 20 minutes till legal shooting. Super 8 is standing 120 yards out in front of me, broadside. He's been standing there for about 5 minutes. He's out there with some doe. Oh, I'm just praying he stays in this field till legal shooting gets here and we get a shot at him. was Super 8. I'm pretty sure it was Super 8. And I think I smoked him. Just gotta wait. I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Oh my God. He was out there for over, I don't even know, I can't remember if it was 40 minutes before legal shooting. I literally got set in the blind and he came out 140 yards in front of me with a bunch of doe. And I waited and waited and waited, and thank goodness the doe that he was locked on crossed the ditch and came up into this field with me, because if she would have went straight out of that field, I would have never got a shot at him. He would have been gone. I don't want to get too excited till I see a dead deer on the ground, especially after the way this year's gone. There's a bunch of deer out below me still. There's another buck. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was Motel 6 or a different one. I mean, it's been legal shooting now for over 10 minutes and it's still not light enough. I don't want to go track him yet. So I think we gotta stay here another 10-15 minutes. So it's plenty light for me to see. In case there has to be a follow-up shot, because in the woods right now I don't think you could even shoot. Maybe with the snow on you could, but we're gonna sit here a little bit. We're gonna sit here a little bit. All right, walking down here, I'll show you the short little blood trail there was. Thinking I heart shot him. The way the blood, how much blood there was, I only went 50 feet. Well, what a great open morning, just like you draw it up, huh? Look at this beautiful sky. Sunrise on one horizon, the moon set on the other. Oh my God, what a morning. Freezing cold out and a BBD. All right, so here's impact. You see immediate arterial spraying. This is not a long shot. And he goes right up over the bank. And there he is. Yeah, my pen ain't working. Why are you doing this to me? There we go. Here he is, Super 8. Super excited. It finally came together for me. Had a lot of chances this bow season, just couldn't put the nail in the coffin in any of them. And this morning with this buck, oh,
I thought it was just going to be a tease. I thought I was going to have to watch him run around out in front of me for 40 minutes and just before legal shooting have him leave the field and go in the woods. But luckily the doe started working up the hill into the same field I was in, and they just kept getting closer and closer. Probably had about 110 yard shot on him is all. And this is it. This is the buck. I mean, the biggest buck I got on trail cam. Able to get him on the ground. Missed him with a bow. 50 yards right down this roadway 2 Fridays ago. Saw him last night from that same stand out here running doe. Ran 80 yards in front of the blind. And at first light, there he was. I'm glad I got in the blind. I'm glad I didn't get in that blind 5 minutes later, because I literally didn't even have all my equipment set up yet, camera and stuff, and those deer were coming out into the field. Obviously still too dark to even film at that point, but I wouldn't have been getting in any later than I did. I might have spooked them, and this might have never even came together. So super excited that Super 8 is down. So there it is, the story of Super 8. Really happy with that deer. It's been a hard deer season as far as, like I said, getting things to just come together. But it's been a fun deer season. It's been entertaining. I mean, don't think I can remember a season where every other day it seemed like I had a buck that I would be willing to shoot or wanted to shoot or was after, and I'd be seeing this deer. So it was a great bow season. I'm glad bow season was over, and it felt really good to get that gun in my hand for a change because I was just struggling so much with the bow. But we got Super 8 down. I'm Brian Madison with DeerHunterFan.com TV. I'll see you next time.